the STEP training room. My name is Brent Stennon. I'm a safety consultant here at STEP. Today, let's take a look at our lockout training system. Our lockout training system is comprised of two major components. One is our lockout board, and two is a lockout presentation package. This package includes regulatory overview, hands-on workshop, and course training materials. Now, if you're wondering who's my target audience for this type of training, well, there could be a multitude of different employees. One could be an authorized lockout training employee. Those are employees at your facility that are authorized to perform lockout tagout training. Another option could be your affected lockout tagout employees. Those are employees that are not necessarily performing lockout procedures, but they are in the area of the work that's being performed. What you will receive with our lockout training system is two parts. The first part is our lockout training board. Lockout training board includes no lockout tagout equipment and also air compressor soap separately. The second part of the lockout training system that you will receive includes the PowerPoint presentation with instructor notes, the student training manual, and practical test with the answer key. Let's take a closer look at the lockout training system. First, let's start with the lockout training board. The lockout training board is comprised of two different lockout simulators. The top half is electric and the bottom half is pneumatic. Starting here with the electric, we've got a small service breaker box going into a small service disconnect, then into a small safety switch, and then lastly a cord and plug scenario. Between each one of these lockout board components, we've got indicator lights. These indicator lights stay on when it senses that there is electricity to that component. For example, if I was to turn off my disconnect, all of the remaining service lights turn off. This indicates that all of the power downline from my service disconnect is now shut off. Turn the service disconnect back on, and now I have power to the down leg side of my electrical panel. Let's take a look at the pneumatic side of this lockout tagout board. So, the pneumatic side works very similar as the electrical side. Pneumatic side has a ball valve, a gate valve, and then a pneumatic dump valve. Also have pressure indicating lights between each one of these components. This board is set to approximately 30 psi, so when it feels that there's 30 psi of air pressure, then my light comes on. For example, if I turn off my gate valve, bleed off my pressure using my pneumatic dump valve, it then kills this pressure indicating light. So that indicates to me that I no longer have any more pressure. And you could also hear the air dissipate out of that dump valve. Turn that dump valve back on, or close that dump valve, open that gate valve back on, and I now have pressure again on this system. Same works for my ball valve. I can turn off my ball valve, dump my pressure, and then all of my pressure indicating lights then turn off. Open my dump valve, open my ball valve, and then I now have pressure back to the bottom of my pneumatic system. The second part of the lockout training system is a lockout presentation package. This lockout presentation package includes regulatory overview, which includes periodic inspections, training requirements, testing and/or positioning, and the hands-on workshop. Our hands-on practical exercise workshop includes real-world lockout application scenarios to give trainees the ability to test their knowledge in a hands-on form. Let's take a look at one of the scenarios. For example, you're an authorized lockout employee that's needing to adjust the height of the drawbar on the Packer machine. The Packer machine is powered by 240 volt electrical energy, and the isolation point is a safety switch on the front of the machine. Let's take a look at this scenario on our lockout board. Here we are back on our lockout tagout board here again. So the situation that we have is we've got the Packer machine that's powered by 240 volt electrical energy. Our isolation point is a safety switch on the front of the machine. So walking through this application allows your trainees to physically perform lockout procedures in your training room. So to walk through this situation, we're going to isolate the power here from our safety switch. Then we're going to apply our lock, our tag, and we are going to isolate that piece of equipment there. Multiple scenarios can be done to include a multitude of different devices or components here on this lockout board, whether it's multiple electrical components in addition to pneumatic components. There's a multitude of different scenarios that can be developed here. Our training presentation is designed to include you with approximately 6 different lockout scenarios based on different variations of this lockout board. Hope this informational video on our new lockout training system has been beneficial to you. I'd like to thank our partners at Multi-Skills Training for helping us develop this lockout training board. If you're interested in this training system or one customized to meet the needs of your company, check our website out at www.stepky.com. And if you need assistance with your company's lockout program, give us a call at 270-753-6529. Thank you.